What if everything you think you know about reality is being quietly distorted by your own brain? Not by lies, not by manipulation, but by mental shortcuts designed to help you survive, not to see the truth. Psychology has identified dozens of cognitive biases, predictable patterns of thinking that shape how we interpret the world, often without our awareness. Tonight, we explore 7 powerful cognitive biases that distort reality every single day, influencing decisions, beliefs, memories, and even identity itself. Welcome to 1. Confirmation bias. Seeing only what you want to see. Confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information that confirms what you already believe. Once your brain forms an opinion, it becomes selective. Contradictory evidence is ignored. Supporting evidence feels stronger than it actually is. This bias affects politics, relationships, science, and everyday decisions. The brain isn't looking for truth, it's looking for consistency. 2. Anchoring bias. The first number wins. Anchoring bias occurs when the first piece of information you encounter becomes the reference point for everything that follows. Prices, opinions, estimates all get pulled toward that initial anchor. Even when the anchor is clearly irrelevant, it still influences judgment. Your brain treats the first number or idea as a starting point and rarely adjusts enough afterward. 3. Availability heuristic. If you can recall it, it must be common. The availability heuristic causes us to judge how likely something is based on how easily examples come to mind. Dramatic events feel more common than they are. Quiet realities feel rare. This is why people often fear plane crashes more than car accidents, even though the data says otherwise. Memory doesn't measure probability. It measures emotional impact. For the Dunning-Kruger effect. Confidence without competence. The Dunning-Kruger effect describes how people with low knowledge in a subject often overestimate their understanding. Meanwhile, experts tend to underestimate themselves. Why? Because knowing little means you don't yet know how much you don't know. Confidence feels like competence until deeper understanding reveals complexity. 5. Negativity bias. Why bad feels stronger than good. Your brain gives more weight to negative experiences than positive ones. 1 criticism can outweigh 10 compliments. 1 bad memory can dominate 100 neutral ones. From an evolutionary standpoint, this makes sense. Danger mattered more than comfort. But in modern life, this bias distorts reality, making the world feel harsher than it actually is. 6. Survivorship bias. Learning only from the winners. Survivorship bias happens when we focus only on success stories and ignore failures that disappeared from view. We study successful people, companies, or ideas, without seeing the countless similar attempts that failed. Te result? We draw the wrong lessons. What survives isn't always what works best. It's what didn't fail fast enough to be forgotten. 7. Narrative bias. Turning randomness into meaning. The brain craves stories. Narrative bias pushes us to connect events into meaningful patterns, even when none exist. Random sequences become fate. Coincidences become destiny. Stories feel true because they feel complete, but reality doesn't owe us coherence. These cognitive biases don't make you stupid. They make you human. Your brain evolved to decide quickly, not to see objectively. Understanding these biases doesn't remove them, but it gives you something powerful. Awareness. And awareness is the first step toward seeing reality a little more clearly. If you enjoy science-based mysteries, psychology, and the hidden forces shaping your mind, subscribe to because sometimes the greatest illusion isn't out there. It's happening inside your head.